Uh, Last week, recording this was a pretty big struggle. I'm going to try and do a little bit better here. I kind of tried to focus my notes more, so let's get into it. I briefly touched on goals last week, but this time I'm going to focus more on the top goal I have, which is getting rid of some knee pain. So I've had knee pain in my left knee for over a year, and it really came with like high volume stuff. If I had like a CrossFit workout that had lots of air squats or thrusters or front squats, like I just kind of knew that my knee was going to be sore. And I really had to like stretch, and it took a few days for it to go away. And it was mostly a tightness like across the front of my knee, didn't really know what it was. But I was able to manage that for a long time. But I finally just decided I have to get rid of this. I can't go into the new year with like just managing pain. It's just not what I wanted to do anymore. So part of this whole effort that I'm doing, part of these videos, the Seek of Strength, Road to Anywhere squat program, all of it is to focus on literally like being able to back squat with no knee pain during the session and also outside of the session. So like this knee pain did eventually like kind of get in the way. Like I was afraid to back squat because I didn't know what was wrong with my knee. I didn't know if it was going to get worse. So if I can, like, I can stop doing CrossFit, like if I have to, that's not a big deal to me. But if I have to like stop strength training, that will be super annoying, and I don't want to do that. So top goal for the next 3 months, or I guess it's like 11 weeks now, um, is to eradicate this knee pain. I will throw in the caveat that it's like I have stopped doing CrossFit programming at the moment. So in the next 2 weeks, like my plan is to get out of pain and be back squatting with no pain, and then I'm going to slowly start introducing volume back into my programming. So I'll start doing thrusters and air squats and metcons to see kind of, what happens, to see if it gets worse, if it just stays away, to really know if like I'm good to go or not. Um, I think that's good enough there. I'm not just doing this on my own. I'm working with a PT. He's been super helpful. He's given me a ton of like his theory, like, right, it's kind of a guess no matter what you do. Not saying he doesn't know what he's doing, but uh, right, there's no like scans of my knee to prove this, but he's pretty sure it's quadricep tendonitis. So we've been doing like tons of I've been doing tons of quad accessories, which include uh, Nordic, um, Nordic knee extension, single leg wall sits. I've been doing heel touches or Patrick steps. I think you can call them either one. And then I bought a monkey foot and doing like a leg extension. And also I've been working on my hamstrings a little bit. But that's something else. I won't talk about that right now. Uh, so that's been pretty good. And again, I do feel like things are getting better, but I do need to test it more in the coming weeks. Something I didn't mention last week is this is the first time in literally years that I'm high bar back squatting. So I decided to just make the switch back. I'm not really sure why. Maybe it's just all the emphasis on the squat. I have the time to do the mobility. I have the energy to just deal with this. So I switched to low bar back squatting a few years ago, and it worked. I got a little bit more weight, but I need to just switch back to high bar back squatting. So some of these reps in this video probably look a little bit harder than they need to look, but it's really me just like trying to hold those positions. Like I'm really having to focus on keeping my chest up, especially at the bottom, as I like kind of bounce and come back up. There's not a ton to say about the actual squats here, just more high volume, but the weight's still pretty low. So To be honest, like the reps and sets were pretty chill. I would say nothing was very challenging. One thing that is concerning me is, I watch Seek of Strength a lot, and Dara was mentioning how like week 4, day 2 is like 85% 3 by 8 or something, and he wasn't reading something, he was kind of guessing, but on my app it's 77%, and I'm worried that like there's a mistake in the app or my mistake, or maybe it was his. I don't know, but I'm not going to change anything. We're just going to go full steam ahead, and worst case scenario, I just end up with a solid, hopefully matching my previous PB, high bar back squat. And that's really it. Overall, feeling good. This upcoming week has a 10 rep max, so we'll see how that goes. Thanks.